We're going to be in Isaiah chapter 40 this morning. And the title of this message is Be Not Dismayed, Whatever Betide. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 27. Katie mentioned that the what? Jamaica's grandmother healed and probably not long in the world, so they're maybe having to deal with that. Maybe why they're not here today. You might be praying for them a lot. And she said her sister was still dealing with the car wreck that she was in up in Tennessee, being hit on that car. Did it flip over and land on it? Imagine how well, speaking of what? Hey, we were just talking about praying for you guys. Amen. Is there an update on your grandmother? How about your sister? Still okay or still being okay? How did you take it today? I almost hit that lady in the church before we I can't imagine hit my car like this. We're in Isaiah chapter 40 and verse number 27, and maybe aptly titled today, Be Not Dismayed, Whatever Betide. Talk to you about some how to keep from being discouraged. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 27. Why sayest thou, O Jacob, and speakest, O Israel, my way is hid from the Lord, and my judgment is passed over from my God? Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting God, the Lord, the Creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary? There's no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might increases strength. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Father, once again, we're thankful for your word and the blessing that we have in it, being able to read it and trust it, Lord, and know that it's your word comes from thee. We pray that you bless it now. I pray that there's anybody here, Lord, that might have a discouraged heart or feeling down in the jail, Lord, that something be said to encourage and help them, Lord, to keep on going and get through it. If you come back, we pray that all possible we can come back today. If not, help us, Lord, to do what we should do while we're here and be faithful unto the end. I ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen. We have a song in our hymnal that says, Be not dismayed, whatever betide. But Pat, when he was here, he said, yeah, we're going to take care of y'all. It may be in a different way than what you were thinking. But it's a way to have some encouragement to think of things like that and not be dismayed. Because, frankly, we don't know what the Lord's doing half the time. If you do, fill me in, because I don't. So, he's God, and he knows what he's doing, and if he lets us know, and sometimes he does, good. If not, he's still God, and whether we know or not. But sometimes we get discouraged, and that's what's happening to Israel here, thinking the Lord's asleep, and he's not judging properly. He's passed over. Discouragement is defined as a dissatisfaction with the past, distaste for the present, and distrust for the future. It is ingratitude for the blessings of yesterday, indifference to the opportunities of today, and insecurity regarding the strength for tomorrow. It is unawareness of the presence of beauty, unconcern for the needs of fellow man, unbelief in the promises of old. It is the impatience with time, immaturity of thought, and impoliteness to God. It's a way that somebody described or defined discouragement. discouragement is one of the devil's most valuable tools. I was talking to a brother of mine who said the most valuable tool is deceit, because that's what he used with Eve in the Garden of Eden. But probably the second one is discouragement. The legend has it that the devil had a yard sale and he was liquidating all his assets, and one buyer came over and looked at this well-worn tool and said, "How much you want for that?" And the devil said, "I can't sell that." And he said, "Why not?" He said, "It's the most valuable tool." And he said, "What is it?" He said, "It's discouragement." Discouragement. He said, "With it, I'm able to defeat the most formidable foe." And discouragement's a problem. If it wasn't, it wouldn't have been addressed in the Bible. It wouldn't have been mentioned or talked about, or talked about how to alleviate it. Get discouraged over different things. It may be different for different people. What might discourage you may not be a problem with me, and what might discourage me may not be a problem with you. But we all face discouragement in different areas. Maybe like a health problem. They either persist or get worse. Get over one thing, you get something else. Some people just chronic health problems. Imagine them getting discouraged, chronically sick and tired of getting sick and tired, or being sick and tired. But Paul said of his infirmity of the flesh, he said, "When I'm weak, then am I strong." And he didn't let that discourage him. Maybe discouraging with financial problems. You get more month than you got money, or more bills than you got bucks. I like that one part that said, I can't be out of money. I've still got checks left. Just write another check. I've got a checkbook with a cartoon on the front, Maxine. She says, overdrawn is such a harsh term. She said, I prefer there must be some mistake. But some people get discouraged with their financial problems, health problems, maybe family problems. And family give you problems. Bigger the family, more problems. Amen. You get discouraged. Raising kids, they don't turn out like you think they ought to. I imagine that being discouraged. What's the use? Tempted to think those things. Church problems. Churches are notorious for having problems. Baptist churches are notorious for having problems. One preacher said in his town, or the county he was in, they started a Baptist church. They called it Hope Baptist Church. Went on good for several years, and then the people started having problems, and half of them split off, and they started a church down the road called New Hope Baptist Church. And that was doing pretty good for a while, and some of them split off from that, and they started another one down the road. It's called No Hope Baptist Church. Keep splintering and splintering and splintering. God's not pleased with those things. Churches do have problems because they got people in it. People is the church, and people don't be having problems because people have problems. An older pastor was talking about some wisdom that he learned over the years. Somebody asked him about when he first started and what the difference was. He said, "Well, in my first 5 years in ministry," he said, "I had a sign on my desk that said, 'Win the world to Christ.' He said, the second 5 years, I changed that and put win 1 or 2 for Christ." He said, after that, I changed it to try not to lose too many. Amen. That's maybe an exaggeration, but you get the idea. You can't get discouraged. Somebody said discouragement fits the handle to all the devil's tools. Amen. In an army or military situation, if the enemy can get their foe discouraged, it doesn't matter the size or the equipment or whatever else. If they can get the enemy discouraged, they have got a breach in there that they can take advantage of and defeat the enemy. Just get them discouraged. And sometimes God allows us to swim in deep waters of discouragement so that we might learn to depend on Him. Discouragement causes us to lose focus. It causes us to lose faith in God. The Chinese have not letters, characters in their alphabet, and it's made, the word for discouragement is made up of two characters. The first character means danger, and the second character means opportunity. Put those two together, it's going to discourage. Well, so what does that mean? That discouragement can be either danger or opportunity, depending on what you do with it. Amen? If you stay focused on the Lord, He can turn that crisis into an opportunity. It depends on where your focus is. Discouragement can cause us to lose faith. Faith in God's purpose, His plan, and what He's got going on. Vance Havner was said something when his wife passed away. We just turn the radio on when we leave the house, so it's making noise when we're gone. Maybe somebody thinks we're home, we'll break in and steal stuff. So maybe we put the Christian radio on, and hopefully if somebody does break in, maybe they get the gospel and get saved. Who knows? We came in yesterday. I taken the grandkids back to their parents, and Vance Havner was preaching. And he said this after his wife died. He said there are three levels of Christian experience: mountaintops, ordinary days, and dark days. He said we can't leap from one mountaintop to another. There are the dark days when we trudge heavily through the darkness, despair, and confusion. And that's true. I mean, it'd be nice if we could just stay on the mountaintop all the time and just, woohoo, this is great, lovely, and wonderful. But there are valleys. You have to go through those to get to the next mountain. It's like that cowboy from Oklahoma went to visit Chicago. He flew in and got a cab to downtown. He said, I came into Chicago with 2 cardboard suitcases. He said, I sat him down and looked up at the Sears building and said, Chicago, I'm going to conquer you. And he looked back down to get his suitcases and they were gone. Somebody stole them while he was looking. Well, they could get discouraged. And discouraged Christians at a critical point, one step away from being a defeated Christian. It'll discourage you, distort your view of God. God will appear smaller than He really is, and out of sync with what's going on. That's what Israel had a problem with. They couldn't understand where God was and what He was doing, and it seemed like He was passing over them and not seeing what was going on. They would get discouraged. And if you don't deal with discouragement, it'll deal with you. It'll get you down. It'll get you dejected. It'll get you out of the fight. So I'm going to give you some ways to deal with discouragement. How to keep it from conquering. All right, verses 26 and 27. He said, lift up your eyes on high, and behold, who had created these things, that bringeth out their host by number, and calleth them by name, by the greatness of His might, that He is strong in power, and not one faileth. Why sayest thou, O Jacob? Speakest, O Israel, my way is hid from the Lord, my judgment is passed over my God. The first thing to remember about discouragement is, or a way to keep from getting discouraged, is remember what the Lord's done in the past. One of the reasons why the Lord wrote the Bible, according to Romans chapter 15, verse 4, is that we, through patience and comfort of the Scriptures, might have hope. That's why one of the reasons why it was written. So what is that? So you can look in the past and see what God's done. Amen? It's not without precedent. In Psalm 126, verse 3, the Bible says the Lord has done great things for us. Wherefore we are glad. Well, hadn't the Lord ever done anything great for you since you've been saved? I mean, if He hadn't just saved you, ought to be enough. I mean, that was something great, amen? But not dying and going to hell. In Isaiah 25, verse 1, the Bible says, O Lord, Thou art my God, I will exalt Thee, I will praise Thy name, for Thou hast done wonderful things. Thy counsels of old are faithfulness and truth. Remember what God's done in the past. That ought to give you some hope for the the present, hope for the future. Help keep you from being discouraged. Psalm 42, verse 6, the psalmist said, "Oh my God, my soul is cast down within me. Therefore will I remember thee from the land of Jordan and of the Hermonites from the hill of Mizar." You see, he was down and discouraged and depressed. Oh God, what am I going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to remember what you've done back there in the past. In Psalm 107, the psalmist gives a review of what the Lord done for Israel in the past. And 4 times he said in verses 8, 15, 21, and 31, "Oh, that men would praise the Lord for his goodness and for his wonderful works to the children of men." 4 times in one chapter. Oh, that men would praise the Lord for his goodness and for his wonderful works to the children of men. I mean, even in times of chastisement, in times of whipping and correction and things like that maybe the Lord's dealing with, you can still look in the past and see what the Lord's done. Even when it seems like there's everything's falling apart, no hope, no light at the end of the tunnel, the end is near, there's still the past where the Lord's done something that ought to encourage. Times of punishment, see, he's bandit. He's still in control. He knows what's going on, whether we do or not. Like those 2 hillbillies that went up in an airplane, Bubba and Billy Bob, and they went through some turbulence. Billy Bob didn't know what to do, so he called the control tower and said, "Mayday, mayday." He said, "Bubba passed out. Help, help." And the air traffic controller in the tower said, "I can help. How high are you and what is your location?" And Bubba said, "I'm 5'8". I'm in the front of the plane." The controller said, no, what I mean is how many feet off the ground are you and what is your relationship to the airport? Bubba radio back, "Counting me and Billy Bob, we got 4 feet off the ground, and I don't believe we related to anybody at the airport." The controller radio back, he said, "I can still help you. Who is your next of kin and where do we send flowers?" He's in a desperate situation. Still help, amen. And, it seemed like that. It seemed like, and I'm not belittling any crisis or situation that you might find yourself in, the Lord put you in. But I will say this, instead of focusing on that, remember a past one that you're in and how the Lord got you through that. Amen. What makes you think he can't do the same thing here? Don't be dismayed. You were in a bad situation where you got saved. Yeah, and he was able to save, right? I mean, he said over there in Romans chapter 5, 6, when we were yet without strength, at due time Christ died for them conflict. Didn't even have strength to get saved. He's able to save. I mean, if you be honest with yourself, you have to admit that was quite a fix. We think about, oh boy, God really did something when he saved these losers and cokeheads, illicit, immoral people. Well, the same fate was required to save you too. Amen. Amen. I like that in Hebrews chapter 7, verse 25. The writer of the book of Hebrews said, "Wherefore he is able also to save them to the uttermost that come unto God by him, seeing he ever liveth to make intercession." I think it's Vance Havner or A.W. Tozer, one of them, said he was able to save from the guttermost to the uttermost. He'll take you from the guttermost and make you to the uttermost. Amen. He's able to save, keep. And Paul said in Philippians 1:6, being confident of this very thing, that he which hath begun a good work in you will perform it for the day of Jesus Christ. Amen. So, no matter what you're going through from the time you're saved until the day of Jesus Christ and the judgment of Christ, he's able to keep it. And what he started, what he began there when you got saved, he's going to perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. consider that a blessing. So remember what the Lord's done for you in the past. All right? Recognize what the Lord's done or doing in the present. Notice there verse 28 and 29. Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary. There's no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, he increaseth strength. He's not asleep. He's not nodding off. I remember what I told y'all when I was growing up. I'm a product of the TV generation. We didn't have cable. We had 3 channels and an antenna. We had to go out and adjust. And holler, that's it. A little bit to the right, or go back a little bit. That was our remote, so to speak. But I remember a show coming on. It was Good Times. Had that fun and dynamite. Well, this sitcom was going on. He came in the house and the family was being visited by a preacher, and he was telling them, that they ought to trust God, come to church, and give, and stuff like that. And he said, JJ was the character's name. He came in and he said, when he asked the preacher about his Cadillac down there, parked down the street. He said, "Oh yes." He said, "The Lord blessed me." He said, "Keep his eyes on me and watches over me." JJ said, "Well, he must have blinked because your hubcaps are gone." He must have blinked. Well, that's kind of what Israel is thinking here, that the Lord's, he's passed over us. He doesn't see what's going on. But the Lord had to explain to him. He said, there's no searching of his understanding. You don't know what the Lord's doing. You don't know what's going on. He said over in Romans chapter 8 that the depth and the wisdom of God is unsearchable. I know that I wouldn't be a good God. Because a lot of times I think the exact opposite way the Lord does for me. You say, well, are you right? No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong and he's right. Amen? I mean, I wouldn't do the way the Lord does things. I mean, we got the Christmas season coming up here. Right? It's the time when the world kind of recognizes the birth of Christ, and the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, the Prince of Peace. He's coming to manifest himself. God manifests in the flesh. How does he do that? He comes in here as a little baby born in a cow stall. I wouldn't have done that. Man, I'd have come down as a king. I'd have set myself down on a throne and said, I made all this stuff. I made you. And by rights, I deserve your praise and your worship. Here I am. He comes in as a little baby. Can you imagine that? Huh? Preaching the gospel. Paul said over in Romans chapter 1, he said, I'm not ashamed of the gospel, for it is the power of God for salvation to everyone that believes, to the Jew first and also to the Greek. I look at that. The condition Paul to preach the gospel, man, I got angels. I had them set up in the sky right now with neon lights all over the world, man. Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, and that's how we say. You say it's your way better? Nope. It'd be wrong. But I'm just telling you, the way the Lord does things is a lot of times backwards from the way we think that they ought to be done. And because of that, we think, well, the Lord's done closed his eyes. He's just lost his mind. He's lost his judgment. He don't know what's going on. I need to help him. That's what Abraham and Sarah did. Right? The Lord told Abraham, I won't make your seed the stars of heaven. You believe that? Yes, sir. Count that to your license. All right, now, we get started. Nothing happened. Years. Sarah said, well, maybe Hagar can help out with this. And Abraham didn't put up a fight. Well, okay, do this. And Ishmael was born. And for about 13 years, there's silence. And the Lord comes along and he talks to Abraham, and he said, in fact, when I told you that, it was you and Sarah that I was talking about. And they laughed. Sarah, 90 years old, she's trying to get. Well, why did Sarah laugh? I didn't laugh. Yeah, you did. And this time next year, according to the time of life, you're going to have a son, and because you laughed, you're going to have to name him Isaac. Laughter. had to live with that the rest of your life. You laughed at God because you didn't understand. You got discouraged. You took matters in your own hand because you didn't see what the Lord was doing. You didn't recognize what the Lord was doing. I bet if I asked you to raise your hand if you got discouraged with the Lord and didn't recognize what He was doing, we'd all have to raise our hands and say, yeah, I'm guilty. But just because we don't recognize what He's doing doesn't mean He's not doing something. It's like He told Joseph, He said, he gave him those dreams. He said, when he was a teenager, he said, your mother and father and your brothers and sisters are going to bow down and worship you. Ooh, I can't wait to tell them this dream. And when I had another, about the same time, I can't wait to the moon, the stars, and the planets going to bow down and worship you. I can't wait to tell this dream, but tell them. And they start getting fed up with these dreams. What do you mean? They knew what He was talking about. They didn't interpretation of it. Joseph saying, what did the Lord do? He sold him as a slave down into Egypt. I like the way the psalmist reiterates this over in Psalm chapter 118, starting at verse 21. He said, I will praise thee, for thou hast heard me, and have become my salvation. The stone which the builders refused has become the headstone of the corner. This is the Lord's doing. It is marvelous in our eyes. This is the day which the Lord hath made, and we would rejoice and be glad in it. Joseph is a picture of Jesus Christ. They rejected Joseph. They rejected Jesus Christ. He said that the stone that was rejected became the head of the corner. Joseph did indeed become the ruler of Egypt, but it was through some of those valleys that he had to go through to get that position. The same thing with the Lord Jesus Christ. The Lord's doing something even if we don't recognize it. Make a list, count your blessings, and know that the Lord's doing something. He said over in Matthew chapter 16, He was building a church. He said, thou art Peter, upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. He's bringing things under His control. He's blessing His children. He's doing all kinds of things, even if we don't recognize it. That ought to be an encouragement to us. It ought to be something to keep us from being discouraged. All right, last of all, I'd like to say this. Not only should we look at things that the Lord's done in the past and things He's doing in the present, but we ought to rejoice about what God's going to do in the future. He said in verse 31, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Amen? Our problem is hanging on until the shall. That's a future event. Amen? Just hang on, persevere, you get to that point. And until then, be glad and rejoice. The Lord will do great things. He said in Joel chapter 2, verse 21. The Lord will do great things. We'll be able to face the future with a fervent faith and trust Him to know that it's going to turn out right. The Lord's not taking aspirin and ibuprofen and stuff and getting headaches about stuff that's going on in the world like we are. He's got it under control. He knows what's going on, and things are going to be all right. Amen? One day a woman called the cleaning crew at a ball field. She said, have you found diamond pendant? I think I left it. And the guy answered the phone and said, I'll go check, hold on. And several minutes later, he picked up the phone and said, we got good news for you, we found it. Hello? Hello? She hung up the phone and didn't get the message that they found her diamond pendant. So it went up the plane. She went down to the lost and found. And she just waited. Got impatient. Well, over there put the song, I think it's 104, 105. The Bible says us the word of the Lord Friday, coming up Joseph. Until the word of the Lord Friday. He was put in that dungeon, he was put in that jail, he was put in those stocks until the word of the Lord Friday. And as near as I can remember, it was something like 12 or 13 years from the time he was sold as a slave to the time he got out of that prison. He was made the second ruler over it. 13 years. Well, man, there was all kind of time in there. I like that. David the same way. The Lord anointed him, or had Samuel anointed him to be king, and it was several years after that Saul died, and they made him king. He had a couple opportunities to expedite the situation, shall we say. But he waited for a future. It's like that basketball coach several years ago at the South. He was having a pretty good year, built up a program that was starting to win some games. I don't know if it's on college basketball, but they did pretty good. He was one Sunday morning, he was shaving there in front of here, thinking about his job situation, performance and stuff. And shaving, his wife came running up the steps and said that his phone call, she said, Sports Illustrated. He got excited, he cut himself, and ran out of the bathroom, going down the stairs, he tripped and fell. And he's thinking all kind of things run through his mind. They're finally going to recognize me. I'm going to have an interview with Sports Illustrated. He picked up the phone and said, hello, this is Coach so-and-so. And got on the other end and said, congratulations, we have an opportunity for you to subscribe to Sports Illustrated for the low price. Just 75 cents an issue. But you know, we get like that. We think things ought to be a certain way now. And folks, our pie isn't now. Our pie isn't the sky. What we are promised now is tribulation, persecution, suffering. And if you keep an eye on those things and a mind on those things, you might get discouraged. But there ought to be hope, because when the Lord comes back and we get a new body and judgment in Christ, and linear reign in Christ, eternity, that's our pie in the sky, man. Heaven, not empty. And we have the promise that the Lord's going to do those things in the future. Help us to keep from getting discouraged. All right. Focus your thoughts on God. Meditate on His goodness. Think about what He's done in the past. Think about what He's done now. And think about what He's going to do in the future. And hopefully, that will keep you from being dismayed, whatever be time. The Lord is in control. All right, let's go to the Lord in prayer.